So Dennis Schroeder was traded. I didn't even look it up because I was gonna share my screen so we can look
Okay.
at it.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, that's pulled up. Warriors acquired Dennis Schroeder. Warriors acquire Dennis Schroeder. That sounded okay. In trade with Nets. So the Warriors get Dennis Schroeder for D'Anthony Melton. That's it. The Warriors are also receiving a 2025 second round pick from the Nets, while Brooklyn receives Reese Beekman and 3 second round picks. Overall initial reaction to that trade.
I mean, I like it for the Warriors. They didn't have to give up too much besides 3 first round pick or first round picks would have been crazy, but 3 second round picks. So it's like and then Brooklyn, they're trying to tank. They get, and then the Warriors also get off Melton's contract. Granted, it's short term, but they get another guy who can handle the ball, who's been playing well over there in Brooklyn, and Dennis Schroeder, a guy who can play off Steph, on or off the ball, most likely, and a seasoned vet, being able to either come off the bench and score, or he could slide right in that starting lineup and be a scorer, be a go-to guy at times as well. Just had a great season, off season in Germany, and he's carried that into this season so far. So we'll see how he carries it on with the Warriors too.
I think it was mid. It was mid. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Dennis Schroeder. I thought the Warriors probably should have got Cam Johnson or something like that. I mean, Schroeder is cool, but how many little guards they gonna have? You got Podziemski over there. Now you got Schroeder. You got Curry. You got Hield. Gary Payton II. You have 5 itty bitty guards. They needed a center, or they needed a power forward that can help them with rebounding, or just getting some buckets on the inside, or just some Swiss Army knife beat guy or something like that. I think Dennis Schroeder is cool. I like him, and he would have been great for someone else. But for them, did they need another guard? That's really what it comes down to.
They got to replace what Melton was doing for them. Podziemski, you clearly aren't a big fan of him right now. So if you can have a guy who can play more in favor of him, I mean, wouldn't you want to bring that in? It doesn't hurt to bring in Schroeder. Now, I understand you would want a Cam Johnson, but it looks like they would have to give up Kuminga for that.
Who cares?
Oh, man.
Okay, bro. What is Kuminga? What's Kuminga's stats? Let me see. What's Jonathan Kuminga doing? Let me see what Jonathan Kuminga is doing, bro. Because I'm tired of all this cap, bro.
Say, man, Kuminga. The thing is, like, is it worth giving up Kuminga for Cam Johnson? Is he going to be that much of that big of a difference maker for you?
Kuminga shooting 32% from the 3. Kuminga is giving you 2 assists, like 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 45 from the field, 32 from the 3. Kuminga's basketball IQ is kind of low. For the Warriors system, it's kind of low. Cam Johnson. So what is Cam Johnson doing? Pretty much 19 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 48 from the field, 43% from 3. 6'8", 210. What was Kuminga? Kuminga 6'8", 210. You were literally upgrading, bro. Just upgrade. Just upgrade. Isn't that what this is about? Shouldn't you just upgrade, bro?
But like, Cam Johnson's older.
Who cares? This is my thing. Okay, go ahead.
Kuminga has room to grow still. Cam Johnson, we probably about at his ceiling, if not a little bit more.
How old is Stephen Curry, Chris?
He's about 36 years old.
Do he give a damn about Jonathan Kuminga and how much he has to grow? Like, let's just keep it a buck. And is Jonathan Kuminga good enough to where it's like, okay, let's prioritize Kuminga instead of Steph? Do you think he has that much potential?
No, but we've seen them do that already. We've seen them do that already when they were trying to get Lauri Markkanen. What happened? So, I mean,
And that was stupid. Because this my thing. I don't think they have no young guy on the roster that's worth saying, hey, Curry, I get you want to win now, but we got to think about the future. So, with that being said, maximize what you have now. They like top 10 team in the power rankings. I think, what are they, the 6th seed right now currently? Let me check and see.
Now they're eighth. They're like an 8th seed right now. They've dropped. They've dropped some.
Okay, but let me see. They are, yeah, they the 8th seed. So just imagine if you bring in Cam Johnson. What if you would have brought in Cam Johnson and Dennis Schroeder, and you had to give up like Kuminga and maybe Pods? It's literally 2 vets that's gonna help right now. And now you have who you starting? Steph. I'm starting Steph, Cam Johnson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and I guess it don't matter, Looney, I guess. That just sounds better.
That
Then
sounds
you-
better.
What?
Go ahead. I was just gonna say this. Do you really think that's competitive in the West? Do you think it's worth giving up all that and not?
All of what? That's where we have a disconnect. All of what? Podziemski and Kuminga. Hey man, this is my thing. Podziemski and Kuminga aren't going to keep you relevant when Curry is gone. You still is going to be a top 10 bad team where you're competing for lottery picks in the top 5 to 10 range with or without Kuminga and Pods. So my thing is just get better. That's what I'm saying. Just get better. I don't care if you got to bring in Zach LaVine. I don't care if you got to bring in Lauri Markkanen. I don't care if you got to bring in Cam Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith and Dennis Schroeder. Just get better. And my thing is that I didn't even think they needed another guard just because they have enough little guards. That's all I'm saying.
I get that, but I'm cool with it. Yeah, maybe they could have brought in Cam Johnson. Maybe they could have gave it Kuminga for that. I'm just saying, how much does that really help them? We'll see. Is it worth passing up on some of your young talent? I guess you don't feel that high on Kuminga. And I mean, rightfully so. He's a little bit disappointing, kind of, from where we expected him being drafted out of G League Ignite. I understand that, but I mean,
15 points, 45
clearly
2% from 3.
They don't play. They're just
not smart.
They're just now trying to adapt and make him fit him around the team, like
because he can't fit in the team. He can't fit in. They can fit in. They don't won championships. They done been to finals. They done been to conference finals. He's the one who can't fit in. He's the one who doesn't fit because he can't shoot and he can't pass. You are the Golden State Warriors. What are they known for? Shooting and passing. I mean, it's easy as day. I'm not saying Jonathan Kuminga don't have potential. He potentially could be a third guy somewhere, or you know what I'm saying, just depending on how stuff goes, but not in Golden State. He'll never be good in Golden State as long as Steph is there, and he'll never be good in Golden State as long as Steve Kerr has their system in place. He just can't do that stuff. That's all I'm saying. And Pods is kind of terrible now, I guess.
Pod's just he got some decision making problems he needs to work through. You see him get locked up by Luka the other night in that game. Yeah, that was a good game.
It wasn't a good game. It was just too many threes. It was too many threes. Like everything was dropped. It was no defense. Now it was hard going from the NBA Cup to that. It was just no defense. We kind of get into it now because we ain't got nothing.
Okay.
What? Oh, I do want to get your grade the Dennis Schroeder trade.
I give it a solid B minus.
You tweaking? I give it a C.
I'm not tweaking. When Dennis Schroeder over there looking nice, what you gonna say then?
Man, that shit ain't doing nothing for them, bro. I'm sorry. I give it a
no,
C-.
It's not. I didn't say it's going to elevate them or do nothing, but it's
a B minus. A B minus is crazy. That's a C minus trade, bro. But
right,
I mean,
right.
We'll see.
I like it.
We'll regrade it if
you're mad at it. Yeah, we'll regrade it.
But okay, you want to talk Mavs and Warriors?
Look, yeah, well, I do want to talk about that. Boy, that you didn't like that game. You didn't think that was a good game?
I'm not saying it like Luka looked special. He had a 40-point triple-double. Like, come on now. Kyrie got it in. Steph had a pretty good game. Wiggins looked good. It was just nobody was missing. It wasn't very deep. Like, I like a game where it's kind of like somebody kind of stops somebody. It was no defense.
Nobody was missing because they were hitting shots, and they was hitting shots.
It was great shot making. Clay looked good.
Great.
I think that's what I like the most from just a Mavericks fan perspective. Luka, Kyrie, and Clay all had good games. PJ looked good on defense. You got a couple Gafford lobs, a couple lobby lobs. Quinn Grimes hit a couple threes. It's like everything you would want out of a Mavericks game and type of performances, but as a game, just visually appealing. Everybody's making too many shots. You can make too many shots and it not be that fun.
Listen to yourself, man. Making shots ain't fun. Seeing good, solid basketball is not fun. Knocking down threes. The actions to get to the threes, that's not fun. That's not good.
Great offensive game. It's just no stops, bro. I mean, it's cool.
Man,
it was great. It was great performances. Great performances, but it wasn't a great game. A great game.
A great game does what? That doesn't qualify as a great game.
I mean, hey man, I grew up in the early 2000s, like 95 to 106, like 130. Once the score getting to 130s, come on, bro.
See, and this is what I'll talk about when we get into the topic of what's wrong with the NBA, all that kind of thing. I'm gonna really grill you and get on you about some of this stuff.
Okay. Embiid and Jared McCain injuries. I did want to look at this. I'm gonna share my screen because I don't know exactly what happened. 76ers McCain out indefinitely with lateral meniscus tear.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And I read this point for yet another time. McCain, 20 RB top rookie, 15, 46, 38 from 3. He was going off, bro. That is crazy. He don't have no timetable to get back?
It's gonna be a while because meniscus, I'm sure it wasn't I guess it was a pretty good tear if he had to go undergo surgery, so he's gonna be out a while.
Bro, a meniscus tear is crazy. I did want to kind of because Joel Embiid, I got another one with Joel Embiid, so we can kind of wrap these all together. Embiid out, but optimistic on return timetable. It's not nearly as severe as the previous two facial fractures. So it seemed like he could come back. I'm trying to see. He's just going to have to deal with it. Hopefully he gets all these little things out of the way so he can focus on recovery of the knee and get back up. Okay. Because I wanted to tie these injuries in because Maxey just came back. Like Paul George just came back. Now you lose Embiid and Jared McCain in the same game. Like, is this the season from hell for them, bro?
They might as well tank and add Cooper Flag to their core.
Whoa, hold on. Yeah, no, you might be on to something. Let me see. Because right now they are Philly. Where's Philly? Well, see, they 12th in the East. Yeah, they need to lose more games.
They need to lose. They have to do some more losing, but thankfully it's a lottery, so they would have a chance, I guess. But the worse you do, the better your chances are.
So you officially just giving up on Philly?
I'm not necessarily giving up solely because the East is so bad that all they have to do is put on one stretch during the regular season and they'll be fine and they'll get in and whatever. And then if they're healthy, which I'm saying if they're healthy during the playoffs and they've had some time in the regular season to get their chemistry going, I think they could beat some of the teams that are in that would be in the playoffs and make it maybe to the second round, but I'm not guaranteeing anything past that. So is it worth them to do that or get a higher draft pick and get somebody? Yeah.
So, you saying we should trust the process? I mean, this is my thing because I'm looking at the teams in the East that's behind them. You got Charlotte, Toronto, and Washington. Let's say worst case scenario, Embiid don't play and Jared McCain is out. So with Maxey and Paul George, you don't think they're good enough to sneak into the play-in?
They should be good enough to sneak into the play-in with just those two alone. I mean, they have good pieces around them. guys that play hard. They have good, role players around them. And then if Paul George plays like a star, if Maxey plays like a star, that should be good enough to do something, get into the playoffs over there in the East for sure.
I only asked
will
that because I only asked that just because they just beat the Hornets and Maxey had 40 and Paul George just was killing.
Yeah. They look like a good, little duo.
Because it's not just them. Kelly Oubre, you still got Andre Drummond, you got Yabusele, you got Eric Gordon, KJ Martin. It's like that's a full roster to where it's like, because I'm looking at the East and I'm like, they could be still a playoff team if Maxey is who we think he is. If Paul George is still who we think he is, and if Embiid can just come every now and again, because they say he's not just out for too long. They don't think, but. So you saying they should tank? I'm saying it don't look like they they not gonna be in a place to where they gonna get nobody that's franchise changing. That's why I said just try to win, bro. You don't want to. You don't want to keep that loser culture, and then you got too many vets. It's like,
no, you're right, because for them, in order for them to get, a Dylan Harper, which I don't know how well he'd fit there, or Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, Trey Johnson. Those are guys I would target for them.
Trey Johnson, no. But not enough shots to go around, bro.
You get one of those guys. The likelihood you get one of those guys is not very high. Granted that they'll probably be a middle tier, a middle of the lottery, like in that 8 to 10 range.
Because right now, yes, they 7th. They right behind the Wizards, the Pelicans, the Jazz, the Raptors, the Hornets, and the Blazers. So they got the 7th highest odds to get the first round pick. So that means the 7th pick, is it worth tanking? Like, can you even tank enough? Because that right now, the 76ers are 8-16. The Wizards have the worst record, 3-21. Pelicans 5-22. Jazz 5-19. Raptors 7-20. Hornets 7-19. Trailblazers 8-18. Like, I don't even think there's nothing they can do to be worse than those teams. Well, few of those teams, bro. What's the highest you think they can get in the draft? Like 4th, 5th?
They can probably reach like 4th, 5th best odds, but I don't know if it's not worth it. Yeah, they should probably really try to win. It's just difficult not when your stars aren't consistently healthy. You guys aren't getting that chemistry in the regular season game, like especially like when Jared McCain was looking like he was going to be that 4th guy for you. So they have like almost a real nice core 4, and we didn't even get to see it really. Like
that hurt my heart.
It's sad.
They legit would have had a core 4, and they would have had an 8 to skate, and then you damn near would have had like 2 more on top of that. Like they legit would have been able to go 10 deep.
Yeah,
like, but it's just sad, bro. Okay, that is a perfect segue. The Hornets' first game healthy. I literally circled this game. I was excited because you got Mark Williams back, you got LaMelo back, you got Miles Bridges. He came back, and you had Brandon Miller. They got whooped by Maxey and Paul George, and then Brandon Miller ended up getting hurt in the 3rd quarter, or was it the 4th? One of them quarters, the second half, and he didn't return. I think ankle sprain. Me, I don't know what to do, Chris, bro. I'm gonna ask it like this. Because I just want to say, do you even think the Hornets will stay healthy? But do you also think is it worth even seeing it at this point, or should they just start trading guys? Like what should be? I don't get it. What's up, man?
I don't know. See, I think it's time for the Hornets to really change their culture. Like you were saying earlier, like the Rockets, like they were bad at one point. They got Ime Udoka. And he said, all that losing stuff is done. We finna change the culture over here. We're finna be playing tough. We're gonna be tough. We're gonna play hard. I'm bringing in some vets, and we're gonna work towards winning. And it's paying off for them this season. Not the first season, obviously, is laying that foundation, laying that groundwork. But that second season is where you're really seeing the benefits of that labor in that first season. So when the Hornets are doing that same thing. The Hornets need to be doing that kind of same thing in their first season. They need to, really focus on winning instead, because they've been doing a lot of losing. They've been doing a lot of, tanking for the draft, what per se. And other draft picks have been nice, but at a point, it's time to invest in LaMelo Ball when he is healthy, when he is out there. And it's time to invest in Brandon Miller when he gets back, and you Mark Williams. It's time to invest in your core. It really put the focus towards a point of winning. That's my thought process. And then Charles Lee they brought him in from the Celtics, a winning organization, in order to instill that into this new Charlotte team. And so it's time to start putting that in place.
So what do they need to do? Like, do they need to? Because my thing is, it's hard to do that when nobody stays healthy. Literally, like what is it to the point where it's like, okay, we just go keep waiting it out? Because I get what you're saying, kind of like what Detroit just did. You bring in Tim Hardaway, you bring in Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, and that type of thing. Because we like, okay, Cade, we're gonna get you with some veterans that are more mature, things like that. Because the Hornets, I do think they got too many young pieces, but I think it's so hard when you don't know what you have to start building around something. Like, like who do you? I don't even know what would maximize LaMelo. I don't know which 3-4 guys you should keep. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm confused.
I get you being confused, because I do like a lot of the guys that they have over there. And maybe that's just me being, a fan or being a little biased towards that team. I do like a lot of the guys over there, but you can't fall in love with every role player, every guy on your team. Otherwise, you're never going to get anywhere.
Who's your core four? Who are your untouchables for the Hornets?
Untouchables for the Hornets. Let's see. Let's do this. LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Mark Williams. I mean, I guess by default, Miles Bridges. But I'd honestly be willing to throw Trey Mann as more of an untouchable than Miles Bridges.
I agree. I was thinking that we literally having that same train of thought. I was thinking pretty much the core three for sure is LaMelo, Brandon Miller, and Mark Williams. But then I think Trey Mann is that fourth, but then I also like Josh Green. I think Josh Green, he kind of does a lot of those intangible winning things that they'll need. And then he's just a perfect complement for who's ever going to be the guard he's on the court with. Like if Trey Mann is out there, you could just slot Josh Green next to him. LaMelo out there, you can just slot Josh Green next to him. Even if you got running a lineup where you got Brandon Miller and you want him on the ball, you could just throw Josh Green out there. So it's like I feel like he just complements all the best players. Mark Williams, of course, but it's like I got to see more on-court production. I got to hope you stay healthy. Miles Bridges can go. Grant Williams can go. The Martin can go. So I like it, but then it's like, what if Miles Bridges can stay? Like what? It's just need more games, man. And then what type of veterans would you want next to even the core four we just explained? Like what do they need?
I'm bringing in Lonzo Ball for sure. Give LaMelo bringing his I'm bringing his older brother in. That's that veteran leadership.
Let's make Injuryville the Injuryville Hornets.
Well, shoot. Yeah, I get your point with that, but I'm still doing it regardless.
It's just I don't like that. I'm not. What do you like about bringing in Lonzo, Chris?
LaMelo doesn't have to necessarily play on the ball all the time. He has a guy who he has immense chemistry with. They can push the pace, play at a faster pace now. And they both can seamlessly switch between off guard and on guard without too much interruptions or into the flow of their offense. So that's what I like about it. And plus he has his older brother mentor around him to keep him on straight, whatever. So
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I like that, but I mean that's the first person that you popped off with. I'm trying to think of some veterans.
I mean, I say
would this be a Jimmy Butler thing?
Maybe. You get Jeremy Grant?
I'm good on Jeremy Grant, bro. This a Brandon Ingram team? No.
I feel like it's a little repetitive with not repetitive because him and Brandon Miller don't play the same, but I just wouldn't want him there.
Brandon Miller just want to shoot threes, bro. All he want to do is shoot threes. I'm kind of like, it's cool, but it's like, bro, you got a mid-range game. I think that's that Alabama shit, bro. They only do layups and threes. But Brandon Miller had a mid-range game in high school that I wish he would get back to. But I just need to see more of them playing together. I don't even know what they need. I don't know what I would want around them. I think they just need to wait it out.
They've been missing Mark Williams for so long, and I think he really changes the dynamic of this team. Like they went for so long without their front court, and they were still winning a decentish amount. So I do think if they play with their guys and they're healthy, they could do a lot more. You could gotta expand and see what's going on there, and then make moves from there. Maybe you play like the Magic, where you just really invest in your homegrown talent. You really build through the draft. You build with your guys, and you have that belief in your guys that they'll develop and continue to grow. So you don't really bring too much outside presence, except for like a couple of veterans. So maybe you play it like that, and then we'll see from there. But hopefully they can stay healthy, get healthy, and be able to, be a team that we see in the future as see their full potential as a team in the future. So
they might need to start looking into replacing his medical staff because, like, I just don't be understanding sometimes where it's just like people just keep getting hurt. I mean, y'all ain't got a good nutritionist, y'all ain't got a good medical, something going on. Because you remember the old Phoenix teams, they was literally known for having a good medical staff. And people, so it's like I don't know, organizations need to get more smarter and things like that. Okay, because I'll go talk about this because the Heat and the Pistons just played. I caught some of that game. Say, bro, Cade. I seen Cade post up Tyler Herro and hit that boy with a hook shot. I just seen him do a couple nice finishes, and he had 15 assists today, if I'm not mistaken.
Like triple double. Yeah, I think.
Okay, but what is Cade's ceiling though? Because I still never see nothing. It's like I ain't gonna say I never see anything, but it's just like I can't figure out his ceiling. In your opinion, what's Cade's ceiling? Yeah, he had 20 points, 18 assists, 11 rebounds, 7 for 17 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3. Damn good game.
Yeah. I think Cade can be your guy who makes all NBA second teams at his highest. At his highest and all NBA second team. I think he can be. I don't know if he can be. I think you still will need to pair a great player with him in order for you to have a championship team. I don't know if he can necessarily be your sole one or your one. He might be like a 1A or a high 2. And that's fine.
On a championship team.
On a championship team, correct. Yes. I just think as far as scoring, I think there's still some to be desired. And as far as takeover, game-changing ability, that kind of thing, fourth quarter, what the Shades, what the Lucas do. I don't think he has that in him yet, or he hasn't showed too much of that for me. Now, of course, he's been in a terrible situation, I guess, but right now that's what I see him as.
Do you think, because I think this is what Cade is missing, just me personally, because even you see with Luka, because Luka isn't the fastest, but Luka, just like we seen against the Warriors, he can string together 4 straight threes. It's like Cade don't have an explosive gear when it comes to scoring. Yeah. Is that kind of like what you see? Because it's like, because my thing is, because like I see somebody like Damian Lillard, I see somebody like a Giannis, a Jokic, to where it's just like, man, I'm scoring back to back to back to back. I could, like, the one thing about Stephen Curry, why he just was so lethal, because he could literally put you away in the third quarter, because he go come down and he hit 3 threes in a row. Like I don't think Cade Cunningham is explosive enough as a scorer or athlete. And then it's like, I think he's making a playmaking jump. I think maybe if he could, like, because SGA, he can get explosive in the midi. We just seen what he did to the Rockets. He just kind of took over. Like, I can just get wherever I want to get. It don't even have to be threes, but I'm explosive inside the arc. I get to the rim, get to the free throw. K don't even really get to the free throw line like that. Because Malik Beasley just had a good game. Tim Hardaway just hit a lot of threes. I think you bring in Zach LaVine, because Zach LaVine can literally score enough. Like, Zach LaVine's a professional scorer. He needs a professional scorer next to him.
Yeah.
I think he could potentially be the best player on the conference finals team, but I don't know if he can be the best scorer. I don't want Cade to be my best scorer.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Like, is Jason Tatum Boston's best scorer?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
I'll say he's their most talented scorer for sure.
Okay.
Because you think Jaylen Brown a better scorer than Jason Tatum?
I don't think it's that far off. If you think Jason Tatum is better, I don't blame you, but I don't think it's too far off to where you could say Jaylen Brown couldn't be their go-to scorer.
I think I don't know, because I think Jaylen Brown has caught him as a shooter. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Because right now Jason Tatum is I'll share my screen. I think I'm just gonna start sharing my screen.
No, it looks good, yeah.
Start sharing my screen a bunch more. Because look, Jason Tatum is 28, 9, and 6 right now, 45 from the field, 36 from 3. But I think a lot of that is due to he's doing a lot of other things too. Like, Jaylen Brown kind of just has to score and defend.
Yeah, I get
Tatum
that.
Tatum has to rebound, score, defend, playmate. Like, I just think he has more on his plate. I kind of like that comp where you going with it. He could probably be the best all around.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, all around guy. Not necessarily. He would need a Jaylen Brown next to him, or a guy who could score. Yeah,
I like that you said that. But see, Jaylen Brown is down on everything. Like, Tatum is beating him at everything.
Yeah.
Look, he's literally beating him at everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, but they're close. 24 and 28 points. He needs a 25 point game score next to him. And then we can really see.
Yeah.
So I was swinging on LaVine, huh?
That's why I was gonna say. That's why bring in Zach LaVine, bring in talent. Just give him some more talent. Because we brought in talent this year, and look what's happening. They're going up the standings. We got him a good coach. You didn't like Monty. I didn't think Monty was terrible.
Dude, bro, he was playing a guy that's not in the league no more. He was starting guys that's not in the league no more. He was starting Kevin Knox. He was starting, bro. Come on, man. What was the boy name from France? What was his name? You don't even remember his name. Let's stop this, Monty. No, Monty was terrible, bro.
Killian Hayes.
Monty was terrible for them. He just literally was. Come on, bro. He did that on purpose. But what you were saying? Because
I'm just saying they brought in talent, they brought in a good coach, and now look where the Detroit is. Why don't you continue to build upon that by bringing in more?
They just need dynamic shooting now, because I'm still not sold on Ivy. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm sold on Cade. I think Asar and Ron Holland are winning type of wings.
Yes,
I think Jalen Duren, Isaiah Stewart are workable bigs. Jalen Duren, bro, he can't defend, but he can rebound, block shots. But like, in terms of like actual defense, he can block shots though. But he not good at defending. But he's a lob threat. Like, he got some pluses to his game. Isaiah Stewart bring the toughness. So those is pretty much the guys I like. But Jaden Ivey can go. And I just think they need to upgrade at their shooting guard position. Like, with a legit shooter. Jaden Ivey trying to get downhill, that's cool. But it's like, bro, you can't shoot, bro. And then, like, when you do get downhill, like, your finishing isn't the best. Like, I hate I'm doing it again, but I'm gonna just share the screen. I'm gonna look into Jaden Ivey. I'm gonna look into his stats, bro. What is he doing this year? because I don't want to talk out my ass. So Jaden Ivey 17, 4 and 4. But see, look, that's middle of the pack, bro.
Yeah. Like Ivy's cool, but he's not the guy that I thought he may be coming into the league.
I know he was just decent. He's 6'4", and he's only 6'4", shooting 44% from the field, 37% from three, 73% from the free throw. He just can't. He's not a shooter like that. Like Zach LaVine. Just imagine this. Look, this 22, easy 22.
Mm-hmm.
He's just such an easy scorer. 22 a game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 50%. The only thing that ever keeps him away from the 40, 50, 90 club is the free throws. We see it too much now. He's just too efficient. It's just like his shot selection is pristine. His all-ball scoring is pristine.
Yeah.
Okay, before we move on, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Williams. What draft was that? This is real quick. Let's do our top threes from that draft.
2021. Yeah.
Give me your top three from 2021. Who you going with? We can do top five. We can do top five. Top five.
All right. I like it.
Redraft.
Let's see. Number 1. It's between Cade or Franz to me. Franz really didn't show me a lot. He has been showing me a lot. I think I'm rolling with Franz for the first pick. And then I go Cade, number 2, Evan Mobley, number 3. Probably got to go Scotty 4. And I guess that means Suggs, or not a Suggs, sorry. Forget that. Sengun will probably be ahead of Scotty, and Scotty will be 5. So if
J-Dub wasn't in this.
So J-Dub's not in this one. If J-Dub's in this one, my bad. I don't remember J-Dub.
Okay, do your 5 again. I think he's in 22.
Yeah. I don't think J-Dub is in this one.
Okay, so give me your 5 again, real quick.
Yeah, let me give you a 5 the right way. So for 2021 draft class, my first overall pick would be Franz Wagner. Next one I have Cade Cunningham. I probably then go Sengun, Evan Mobley, and then Scotty Barnes at 5.
Okay. I think I would go Franz. I want to just not put Cade right there, but I think I'll go ahead to. I think so. I'm gonna go Franz, Cade. I'm gonna go Sengun and Jalen Johnson. I'll take Jalen Johnson over Evan Mobley. I ain't lying. I'm sorry.
Who's your 5? Who's your 5th? Is that?
I said Franz, Cade. What did I say? Franz, Cade, Sengun. Jalen Johnson and Evan Mobley.
Jalen Johnson even over Scotty too?
If I put Scotty in there, Scotty don't stay healthy, bro.
Yeah.
Evan Mobley and Jalen Johnson play. Scotty's only played 14 games. Like Scotty's done missed. Let me see. What's up with Scotty? Scotty done played 60, 14.
It's only recently. It's only recently he started missing so much.
I take Jalen Johnson over Scotty. I ain't lying. But I'll take Scotty over Evan Mobley though. Evan Mobley out. So Franz, Cade, Sengun, Jalen Johnson and Scotty Barnes. I'll take this shit. I'm
finna make a graphic. They're gonna have to vote on this because the disrespect you doing to Evan Mobley. I don't know if I like that.
No, that's like I like Evan. It took him too long to get here, bro. That shit took too long, man. Okay, that shit took too long, bro. Okay, last thing before we get into our topics. Damn, we took a lot. Man, we'll be all right.
Man, it'll be all right.
Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro has been amazing. I think Tyler Herro should be considered for All-Star. He had a stinker today. He was 9 for 25 today. He had an absolute stinker. Not
Hit
the
a big
right time
shot.
to bring this up. That's true.
He hit a big.
That's
He hit
true.
a big shot. So
Okay, well, so we good. I just wanted just because the Jimmy situation, Tyler Herro. Is Tyler Herro worth building around for the Heat if you do get rid of Jimmy Butler? And how do you feel about Tyler Herro and his status in the NBA?
I think Tyler Herro should be an All-Star this season. He's had a great season so far. I mean, I think now can he be a 1? No. I think you'd still have to bring somebody in. Now, what would help is if like not very likely or realistic, I guess, but if you brought in a De'Aaron Fox, you had De'Aaron Fox here with Tyler Herro, I think that's good enough to say, Jimmy Butler, I don't care where you go, but you're not going to be here, and that's fine. We can even let him walk for free, and I'd be fine because I have him, I have De'Aaron Fox, Tyler Herro, and now I have Bam Adebayo. That's a great core three. Now, I think as long as you pair Tyler Herro with somebody, I think it'll be nice, and I think the Heat will be good enough to be contenders. But Tyler Herro defensively leaves a little bit to be desired. He tries hard, I mean, because you're going to have to when you're playing a Heat culture, but it's still a bit of a liability. So and then I'd also want just somebody to play off of him, play next to him, probably either a wing or a dynamic guard.
I love the De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, Tyler Herro, and Bam. And then you will still have Jovic, Hawkins, Highsmith, Rozier, if you got to keep them, or however it's going to go. But the only thing is, how can you get De'Aaron Fox to Miami?
Yeah, it'd take a lot.
I mean,
it would take a lot.
I'll be willing to give up a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be willing to give up a lot because look, I already thought Sacramento needed Khalil Ware. I already thought that was the perfect pick for him because he's a stretch 5 that could play next to Sabonis.
Yeah.
He can damn near play like that Miles Turner type of situation for them. I think, but would Jimmy Butler resign over there? And would he be able to work? Like, would you like a team where your core is Sabonis, Jimmy Butler, DeMar? You know, like that?
No.
So I don't even. You see what?
I'd be sick. No.
So I don't see how they could get De'Aaron Fox. I do like what you said that the Herro couldn't be your number 1, but bro, we just pulled up his stats. Man, that looked pretty damn good to me. That's damn near close to a 120.
See, that's the thing.
24, 5 and 5, 48, 43.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying, but that's the thing. When I know he was going through injuries, and I know he was working his way back, but like when the Heat were going to the finals or making good playoff runs, Jimmy Butler was your 1, but Tyler Herro is supposed to be like your go-to scoring option, and Jimmy Butler will take you home down the clutch. Jimmy Butler will hold you down throughout the game, but Tyler Herro is a guy who's really supposed to show up for you throughout the game as a scorer, and that wasn't necessarily happening a lot of the times during those playoff runs. Sometimes I know he dealt with injuries and working his way back and stuff, but if he can continue to progress upon that, and you have another guy out there that can play that role, he can be, I guess, a go-to scorer for a good team.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want him to be my best player, but can he be your best scorer?
Exactly. That's how I feel. I think he can be your best scorer, not necessarily your best player.
So how do you feel about this? Brandon Ingram.
I'm not mad at it. Are we getting playmaking Brandon Ingram? Yeah, Fox is definitely better.
I think Brandon Ingram, first of all, I just think Spo will be able to use him better. I think Zion being there, not being there, then Brandon Ingram's team, not Brandon Ingram's team, like that type of shit. I'm pretty sure that type of stuff get to him. So where it's like, okay, when I'm here, I'm really holding us down.
Yeah.
This is my team. I'm the one that played with us in the playoffs. I'm the one that every time the playoffs roll around, I'm the one that's available. I'm the number one every time. I think if he's in Miami, you know that's Bam team. You know that's Spo team. You know that's Pat Riley. You know that this is it. I don't think he'll feel entitled to be the number one, but then he'll still get number one worthy shots or number two worthy shots.
Mhm.
And I just think it'll just be a better situation. Like the guy y'all saying better than me don't never play. He's never in shape. And I'm doing all the work. I'm the one getting us. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I just think he will mesh better in Miami. I think he's just done with New Orleans.
Yeah, and he could be moved for sure. Because he wants his contract extension, but he's not necessarily wanting it there in New Orleans. So
Swap him and Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler play out the rest of the year. You clear that cap. Get rid of CJ McCollum. I don't know what y'all. I don't know what the Pelicans will do with Zion, but I low key would love Brandon Ingram in Miami if you don't have to give up. You don't have to give up a lot because it's like So I would swing at it and keep Bam there, and then they always find guys on the margins anyway.
Oh yeah, they'll figure it out.
I like it. Herro, Ingram, and Bam. I like it. I ain't gonna count.
Yeah, it's enough to do something with.
Okay. So I guess we agree that he probably can't be your best player, but he could definitely be your scorer, even if he's not the go-to guy down the stretch. Because I'm pretty sure Brandon Ingram still would probably hit the clutch shots or whatever. Just depending on matchup or however it go.
Just depends. Because I think Tyler Herro can do that, but I don't think you necessarily want him doing that all the time. Or I just don't think he's
okay.
So yeah.
Last second shot, you taking Tyler Herro over Ingram in the playoffs against good defenses? Tyler Herro's not that great against great defenses either. He's not athletic. Ingram can get that midi off when I like it. I would want to see it, and it's better than the Jimmy Butler shit. So even though Jimmy Butler had a great game today,
no, but I'm just over to Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
dude.
Okay,
dude's over Miami. He dyeing his hair all these different colors to signify what team he want to like. He do too much of this mind games and this trolling and all this stuff. And I think Pat Riley low key is over it, but he likes Jimmy Butler because he's done so much for that organization.
How old is Jimmy Butler? I think it's just it's starting to become an age thing. You dudes are too old to be wanting these contracts and want to be the focal point of the team. That's just what it is.
Like he's not in the LeBron or Curry status to where you're or Durant status to where you're 35, but we still finna pay you a max dollar contract because you're that kind of guy. He's not in that tier, in my opinion.
He's definitely not. Okay, we can get into our main topics, and we'll start with this. This doesn't have to be long. Will Knicks regret the Mikal Bridges trade? You know how I feel about this. I think Mikal Bridges is a bum. I think he's probably the most overrated player we've seen in the past 3 or 4 years. I think he was overhyped as a defender. I think he was overhyped as a number one option. He benefited from KD and Kyrie work in Brooklyn. He got to the playoffs and got absolutely swept. Cam Thomas looked better than him in some of those playoff games, most of those playoff games. The Brooklyn Nets literally had to sabotage themselves this year by trading Schroeder. Cam Thomas got hurt, but they looked it better without him, and he was the only one that left, and Schroeder was pretty much the only one that came in. I just think Mikal Bridges is he's a bust as a trade. Like to be a good player in the league and still become a bust, like it's crazy. His defense is overrated. I think he's too skinny to guard bigger wings. His jump shooting is not there. He doesn't rebound. I just don't like Mikal Bridges. How do you feel?
Clearly, you don't like this dude, and you was ready to go in on him. But see, I wish I could have came on here and had some saving grace and defended with all my heart Mikal Bridges, but I can't. When the trade happened, I was actually I thought it was a good, pickup, but the amount they had to give up was way too much. There's no way they should be giving away all them picks and pick swaps and all this stuff for Mikal Bridges. No offense. Like, he's a nice player that I would give up a few first round picks or whatever to get him, but initially back then. But the version we are getting right now, I'm not very happy with it. He's not been the best on defense, and that's his calling card. His calling card is I play every game and I defend like crazy. I was almost a defensive player of the year back in Phoenix. That has not been happening. That has not looked like that at all. He's looked slow-footed. He's looked at times to guard like the fast, quick point guards. And then he's not big enough, burly enough, like you said, didn't have enough weight to guard the bigger wings. So what are you here for when we have OG? And we what are you here for?
He's here to play friend ball. They literally got a skinny, worse version of OG. Like, I thought he would be cool at the shooting guard, but this is pedestrian. 17 points, 3.5 rebounds, 3 assists, 49 from the field, 34 from 3, 65% from the free throw line. Like we said, he's not that great of a defender anymore. And look what they gave up, man. Knicks received Mikal Bridges, Cade Bates Diop, a 26 second, and draft rights to one. I don't even know what name. Nets received Bogdanovich, Shake Milton, 1, 2, 3, 4 first round picks, an unprotected pick swap, and a top 4 protected first from the Bucks. And so that's 5. That's 4
unprotected picks.
4 unprotected.
Oh,
5 picks, a pick swap, and a 6. Oh my God, this is worse than what I remembered. Oh no, Chris, bro. This is gonna go down as one of the worst trades. This is gonna go down as one of the worst trades of all time, bro. This could potentially go down as one of the worst trades of all time, bro. Look at this shit. Now look at this. Look at this. For that.
That's what I'm saying. You can't even give me 20 points a game. You can't even look like the second option scorer. We had to bring in Cap because we figured you may not be able to be the second go-to guy.
So the question is, will the Knicks regret the Mikal Bridges trade? Easy goddamn yes for me. What about you?
Yes. Dude, this is the type of move you make to almost guarantee yourself a championship. This move doesn't even guarantee they make the finals or the conference finals.
And that's what I used to try. I tried to tell y'all. You don't act fake with me now. I used to try to tell them, like, bro, 5 first round picks? Oh, bro, god damn, man. And where are the Knicks even at in the rankings? They lost. Who they end up? They lost to Trey freaking Young and the Hawks. Shooting dice on the middle of their goddamn. Come on now. Yeah, come on, bro. Let me look where they at in the standings. Where are the Knicks in the standings? Knicks right now third. They third. But they're 5 games behind Boston.
That's how I'm saying. Like
7 games behind Cleveland.
They do this move and they're not even guaranteed to make the conference finals. They're not even guaranteed to make the finals. Obviously, no team guaranteed, but they don't even have necessarily like a really good high probability chance to do so with making all these moves. You give up 5 first round picks for a guy who you know will take you to that next level. And
that's
not warranted. It's not warranted. It was a move made out of almost desperate. It reeks of desperation. It's very pleasing or whatever to Jalen Brunson. I don't know if Jalen Brunson necessarily said, "Bring me Mikal Bridges," but like to the fact that you had Brooklyn extort you for Mikal Bridges is almost insane.
Just imagine. Just say, "Fuck it." Just imagine if the Cat trade is cool. But just imagine if we would have just had Hartenstein and Cat. Just because Cat playing the 4 is where he belongs. I literally would rather have Isaiah Hartenstein than Mikal Bridges, bro.
Yeah, the Thunder love Isaiah Hartenstein right now.
Because my thing is, I love the Cat trade, but the Mikal Bridges trade, everybody knew that was a mistake. 5 picks for him? That nigga was a bum, bro. And he was a bum coming in. I've been seeing it, bro. He was a
Bum
fourth
coming in when?
option. Bro, coming from Brooklyn. He never played good at the end of games. He took shots away from Cam Thomas. He wasn't that good, man, as a number one scorer. They got better when he left. They literally were better. They literally had to just start breaking up the team just now.
Okay, but was everybody making him out to be the number one?
He was a number one option
scorer?
on Brooklyn.
Was he the number one scorer, or was he their best player?
I'm pretty sure he led them in. No, I don't know if he led them in scoring. Did he lead them in scoring? Before I get to talking out my ass, let me share my screen once again.
Supposed to be their best player, and if Mikal Bridges is your best player, you're probably not getting very far. Now, people were acting like they got far because of the, like you said, KD and Kyrie did give them a bit of a cushion.
Man, that was my nigga KD and Kyrie work, bro. Well, he was second in scoring.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga was a second option to Cam Thomas.
Stop.
Let that sink in, Chris. The Knicks gave up all of this. The Knicks gave up all of this for the second option to Cam Thomas, bro. That's legit crazy. Look at this. He was shooting 44% from the field, because I'm rounding it up, 37 from 3. He was giving you 20 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 3.6 assists. And let's look at Cam Thomas. This nigga Cam Thomas was clearing this nigga, man. Not clearing him, but it's just like,
no. Mikal also faced more of the.
He faced more what?
He was more of the focus of that team.
No, he
more
was.
of a focus
No,
for.
No, he was. How you more of a focus? You taking
Mikal? All right, let's see this. Mikal Bridges is a glorified 3-and-D player, 3-and-D wing.
He ain't guard nobody since he was in Phoenix, bro. We gotta stop this, man. That's just a reputation thing, bro. Mikal Bridges, who is Mikal Bridges shut down? Who? Look. I got this. Let me share my screen on this. Like, yeah, we finna start getting to the nitty gritty with this Mikal Bridges, then we can move on. Shooting guards. This is FanDuel NBA defense versus position. Which teams are the best? It's like tough matchup is brown, easy matchup is green. What position does Mikal Bridges play? Shooting guard, right?
No, he plays more of the small forward.
He's the shoot. Oh,
he plays small forward because Josh Hart's is the shooting guard. Okay, now, what does he guard the most? Debatable.
Small forwards. The small forwards against the Knicks. Are they gonna be in the green or are they gonna be in the brown? They're in the goddamn green. So this saying small forwards against the Knicks are easy matchup against the Knicks for points and rebounds, bro. Hey, man, it's not me, it's the data. Mikal Bridges is just this easy. It's will the Knicks regret the Mikal Bridges trade? Yes. Is the Mikal Bridges trade worse than the Paul George SGA trade?
No. Well, man, we've yet to see. I'm gonna just say no because the Nets didn't get a player of Shai's caliber off rip. They have to wait till the draft to see if they even get something like that.
Man.
OKC literally got SGA along with a draft haul.
I'm trying to see exactly what's the trade. Okay. Here we go. Let me share my screen once again.
Mm-hmm.
What did the Clippers trade for Paul George? Man. So Clippers received Paul George. Thunder got Gallinari, Shea, 21 first, 22 first, came J-Dub, 23 first, Hawkins. Another 23 pick swap, at 24 first, 25 swap, 26 first. Damn. Shea, J-Dub, Trey Man, Hawkins. But that was a
That's
fucking
Paul George.
superstar
That's
though.
Paul George, who was like in
They got to a
MVP
conference finals.
conversations. Who was in MVP conversations with OKC. The Knicks did this for Mikal Bridges, who was never, ever, ever in Paul George's realm.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you like this because right now we can't say it, but does it have a potential of being worse than the Paul George trade?
Yeah, it has potential, and this is basically the Nets getting their assets back from that sorry trade they did with Boston for their aging superstars.
Okay, well we can move on, but we both agree the Knicks is going to regret the Mikal Bridges trade, and it could potentially be worse than the Paul George trade. Potentially, we both can say that.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Why is NBA viewership down? I guess this is the hot button topic. I think it's pretty simple.
So let me just break it down or see what I want to ask you a couple things about, because I feel like you're more passionate about this too. One, does it matter? Two, as far as I want to talk about as far as the game of basketball, and then also as far as like I guess the media, who are promoting the NBA promoting, and then also like, oh, is the media too harsh or too negative? Like where you fit on that scale as well, and then like, does the TV viewership data and all that stuff, does that even matter? People watch a lot on social media, people watch a lot on YouTube, people obviously watch on illegal streaming sites. Like, does this even matter? Does this even matter?
I'm gonna start by saying, yeah, it matters just because reputation is everything. If you start to become known for declining, people start to like if it's become a trending topic to say that people aren't watching the NBA, that will make more people be like, man, people ain't watching the NBA. The NBA is no longer popping. And everything is a he say, she say, monkey see, monkey do. If everybody's saying nobody's watching the NBA, then nobody will watch the NBA. That's just how people work. Oh, it's not popular anymore. That's basically what people are saying. So yes, it matters. I think what was the other part of it that you asked? The very first part.
So basically, the very first part I wanted to ask was like the game of basketball itself, is because the game of basketball itself, and then that kind of thing.
I don't think it's a game, but because we've seen it like since we've been alive, we done seen like the pack the paint early 2000s era. We done seen the running gun. We done seen the James Harden Lucas style. It's so many. Like basketball is gonna be basketball. They mimic whoever's winning. Like Curry, like he dominated the latter stretch of the more current stretch that we just went through. Like Curry dominated the era, him, KD, that Warriors era. So that's what everybody's mimicking. You can't really mimic Bron. You couldn't mimic Bron. Nothing Bron did because like he's 6'8" doing all this stuff. So you couldn't mimic that. But people mimic the Boston Celtics. After that Celtics, everybody wanted a big three. Remember, everybody was looking for a big three at one point. It's like this is a copycat league. So whatever's working, that's what people go copycat. So we're still going through that. Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics start shooting threes. They the hot team. Now everybody shooting threes. So as a team. So I mean, trends come and go in terms of the product.
Yeah. So you're saying that doesn't necessarily matter, because I say, yeah, that doesn't matter, because there's teams, while like the people can complain, oh my gosh, there's too many threes. Well, not every team is shooting a bunch of threes. Like the Orlando Magic don't shoot a bunch of threes in there. Before they were hurt,
exactly,
they were a winning team. If you want
the Rockets
guys, the Rockets, they're not. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, the Rockets aren't shooting a ton of threes. So there's teams that fit whatever kind of mold or basketball you want. It may not be your hometown team, your favorite team. Your favorite team may be shooting a bunch of threes. But not every team is doing that. So you can figure out there's different aspects of the game of basketball that are still being played by different teams.
I will say this. It could be potentially more in the regular season, because even when you get to the playoffs, even when you get to the NBA Cup, nigga, that's basketball. That's physical basketball. We're trying to win. At the end of the day, when something's on the line, basketball will be physical. People will try to get to the rim. People will try to get easier shots. We'll try to get to the free throw line. That's just how basketball is because we're trying to win. Like we're not gonna get into a 3-point shooting contest if that's not our main strength. Giannis is still getting to the cup. Like SGA, we just talking about it. They playing for NBA Cup tomorrow, and both of them are inside scorers. So like I said, I think that's a trend. But I think the product, if we talking about the product basketball, I think a lot of it is just a lot of these dudes aren't playing. Like we just seen Jared McCain and Joel Embiid go down. We just seen Brandon Miller go down for Charlotte. Like Charlotte versus Philly was a game that I was looking forward to. I would look forward to it even more if McCain and Embiid was playing. Like if teams are healthier, that's going to increase the viewership too. A lot of these teams are unhealthy. There's no Paolo and Franz. I think they got a game against the Thunder on Thursday. Nobody's going to watch it because you got Jalen Suggs who went like 4 for 25 the other day because he got to shoot a lot.
Yeah.
Like so injuries. I think it's injuries. Like, I mean, it's a lot of things. Now, in terms of, and I think it's this, Chris. I think the inmates run the asylum. It's like the employees are running the business. The people that work are running the business. They're going to run the business into the ground because most people that work don't want to what? Work. So if I can get paid and not work every day, I'm going to do that. So yes, I'm going to sit out more because you're allowing me to. The inmates run the asylum. So there's a lot of that too. Like, and then the NBA players can hold teams for hostage. Like we see with LeBron and the Lakers. It's a lot, but the viewership being down, it is a problem in it, but it's multiple reasons.
Yeah. All right. So then I also wanted to touch on like the media side, like how it's being covered as well. Do you think like, and also, before we move on to that, I wanted to talk about how like it's also being marketed as well. Like those three aspects, like marketed, how it's being marketed, how like my big gripe right now, OKC isn't even playing on Christmas Day.
There we go. There we go.
What are we doing? They were the first seed in the Western Conference last season who just had a great battle with the Mavericks in the semifinals last season, and they sit up there, make the schedule, and say, let's leave them off completely.
Exactly. I think there we go. You hitting it right on the head. I haven't liked the NBA schedule since I was a kid in terms of the teams that they put on TNT, the teams they put on ESPN, even the ABC games. I think we talked about this earlier. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull it up. But when you try to give us LeBron versus Kevin Durant over and over again, and both these dudes is damn near in walking canes at this point, it's like you can only sell Steph Curry so much. You can only sell like Jimmy Butler. Like you keep trying to give us guys who probably won't even play by the time we get to the game. They're sitting out or they're hurt. They're old. Like how many games has KD missed on national TV? I can count about 2 or 3. Then if you do put a young guy on TV, you're putting the young guys who don't play. Like Zion had a lot of games like 2-3 years ago when we already know he's injury prone. If you go put Zion on the schedule, put him on early in the schedule. They was putting him on in the middle of the season. It's just a lot of the marketing is terrible. Why? It should be a SGA versus Luka game. It should be a Trey versus Luka. We need Ant versus Ja. We need Paolo versus Wemby. We need just a lot of more matchups that make sense. Positional matchups. We need Devin Booker versus Donovan Mitchell. Like we just need more matchups. Like we need Giannis versus Jokic. That needs to be a prime time ABC game on Sunday. It's only 2 games. It's this one and then the next game that's gonna be on ABC. It's more stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. Like the position battles, especially, I think that's also what helped build the league up because you had, between the centers going at it, Hakeem, David, Shaq, and the shooting guards going at it. When you had Michael and Clyde and all that, like when you had these like these guys going at it, really caring about being the best of their position, and then going at it, and it's seen as a rivalry. Like they have some of that right now. Derek Lively, when he plays Wemby, they be going at it. When Wemby plays Derek Lively, they be going at it. When Wemby plays Chet, they be going at it. But that isn't really marketed enough. Like these kind of matchups should be marketed, like you said. So
I just think we know LeBron sells, we know KD sells, we know Steph Curry sells, and they just running them into the ground. All them dudes is closer to 40 than they are 30. And it's like, at what point are you going to just start taking risk on the young guys? And then young guys play more games. These old guys don't play on TV. They don't play.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's another thing. The media side, what do you mean by that?
Like the coverage. So I want to talk like the coverage of the NBA. I know it was like a big point. It was clipped up a little bit. Charles Barkley was like, the Rockets, they don't know how to play basketball yet. He's saying they're just young and young talent, young team that play a lot of just off talent and energy and stuff like that, but they don't know how to play basketball yet, whatever like that. And so people were giving him a lot of flack, and then they're saying this is why the NBA sucks, because the media covers it and they don't even act like they like the NBA. They're always so critical and all this stuff. Like, I wanted to get your opinion on that and see how you felt about that, and if that's a thing, and if the media is covering it wrong, should they be more positive and uplifting, all that kind of thing?
With the media shit, bro, because players have their own voices now. So if you want the cookie cutter, I'm just gonna say it. If you want the meat riding stuff in terms of coverage, they got their own podcast, and you can go watch that. But if you want somebody that's passionate about the sport and they really care about the games and calling it how they see it when they watching what they see, I mean, it's just something for everybody now. So you can't just say, "Oh, the media is just too hard on you guys." It's literally something for everybody. You got you got the 520 podcast. You got Jeff Teague, who's just on there just talking shit, and you got Gil's Arena. They just talking shit. You got Paul George. He praising everything about players. You got JJ Redick's platform, praising everything about. So then you have the Stephen A. Smiths. I think there's 100% great coverage on all aspects. So the media, I don't miss me with that. Most motherfuckers just don't want to be held accountable. Y'all get paid too much money to not play games. Your viewership is down, but your money is going up. So you can't take a little criticism online. I don't want to hear the media side of things. How you feel about the media side of things?
You don't think that's like I agree to an extent. Like there is, as far as like from a fan perspective, there is a media. You're gonna obviously draw towards whatever media you favor, you need. Like you said, are you more player empowered or player focused? You're gonna listen to more of the player podcast. You want to hear like the hot takes and stuff like that, you probably listen to Stephen A. Smith on First Take or whatever. Like there's something for everybody. I don't think like we should necessarily be like, oh, since ESPN is being so harsh and TNT is being so harsh or whatever, it makes people not want to watch the NBA. I don't think that's necessarily what it is. I don't even think that's necessarily the main issue with it, because even in football, they're harsher than anybody on a lot of guys, and they still, I know it's a tough comparison when you're doing the NFL to NBA, but their media isn't just so uplifting and positive to every NFL team out there. They can actually be quite harsh on a lot of guys. Like Daniel Jones probably getting run through over there in New York before.
Yeah. I don't know. The viewership is down. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. You can't pinpoint one thing. It's a culmination of things. A lot of things have to go wrong for the viewership to go down. And then it's 82 games. Who's really tuning into 82 games? We talked about this. The divisions don't matter. Like it's so many things that go on with the game of basketball in the NBA, to where it's like it's easy to where it just it just
I agree with you on that. Like I honestly think this conversation is a little bit blown out of proportion or whatever. Like I don't think it matters too much, but I do like your initial point where saying like if your product is being associated with something negative all the time, like that's not necessarily good for you. So I agree with you on that. That was a good point that I hadn't really heard too much before. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I think there's people online acting like it's the end of the world or like the NBA is dying or whatever. I don't think that's the case. The NBA will be fine. They literally just got a whole brand new media deal. You're gonna have Amazon, you're gonna NBC covering, like it's gonna look and feel different in a few years as well. So I think it's fine, and I don't think viewership isn't necessarily the best way to, determine sports popularity.
I was filtering through the schedule, and this is the TNT side of things because right now, what's today? The 14th, the 16th. Today 16th. Oh yeah, so like I said, we getting Thursday. We getting Thunder versus Magic. That's a great matchup. It's just unfortunate that it's no Paolo and no Franz.
Yeah.
Then we get New York and Minnesota. That's a solid matchup. And then on December 30th, Thursday, you get Celtics, Timberwolves, but then you got Philly and Golden State. This wouldn't have been a good game even if Philly was healthy, just because if everything was correct, Philly was supposed to be way better than Golden State. But now they're all hurt, so that's not a good game. Lakers versus Mavericks, I guess that's okay. Celtics versus Nuggets, that's cool. These aren't bad. The TNT games aren't bad. Now let's check the ESPN games. I think it's mainly it could just be probably the ESPN, bro. Let's just keep it a bug. ESPN is terrible. ESPN is terrible. Their NBA is terrible, bro. Now let's get to December. So Bucks, Celtics, that was actually a great game. Wolves, Warriors, it was all right. And then they had the cut games. Thunder versus Cavs, January 8th. That's not bad. But then you go hit us with this. Spurs versus Bucks. Spurs aren't a good team.
Wimby.
Put him up against a team that's not going to whoop his ass where it's not going to be a potential blowout. This might be a potential blowout game. New York, Philly. That's going to be another. Miami. See, this is what I'm talking about. Heat versus Lakers. The Heat are already not entertaining, bro. And then you got the Lakers where it just this is the ESPN trick bag. It's just so many Lakers games. Hornets, Bulls. Like they trying to just do gimmicky shit.
That's Lonzo LaMelo. Yeah.
That's gimmicky shit, bro. And why would you schedule this for a January 17th game?
Knowing they not
like knowing them dudes not gonna be there, man.
Yeah.
Orlando and Boston, that's a good game, but then no Paolo Franz. Timberwolves, Mavericks, it's not terrible. But Warriors, Kings, it's not great. Pacers, Spurs, it's not great. Are we gonna get Ant versus Ja on any of these? I mean, Grizzlies, Bucks, it's cool, but see, like it's just in. The schedule's just in.
Yeah.
So you
can't control everything, but you can control some of it.
You had anything else on the NBA viewership? I think it's a culmination of things. I just think it's a culmination of a lot of things.
Exactly.
Injuries. I think it's injuries. I think it's a bad national TV scheduling. I think not promoting the young guys enough and leaning on the old stars too much. It's a lot of games, and a lot of games don't matter. It's a combination of things.
Yeah, and I agree with that. If anything, make the divisions matter a little bit more. Maybe change the format of the NBA Cup to be a one and done tournament.
I love the one and done tournament idea for the Cup, and I love making divisions matter. And then I want a cross conference. I want a cross conference challenge, just like in college basketball. I want a cross conference challenge where you can even play series, 2-game series or 3-game series. I think the teams play twice, but whatever. And just at the end of the series of the cross conference matchups, the winner gets NBA Finals home court advantage.
Maybe. I get it. But yeah,
Man, if the West whooped on the East, why should somebody in the East get a home court advantage in the NBA Finals? My conference earned that.
because they won more games. But I get it because the East, it's easier to win more games when all them teams suck. Yep. Look, if you look at the strength of schedule, I looked like the 14 is like 14 of the easiest schedules coming out of East teams because they're all playing each other.
Of course, we just went down the teams that's close to the top 10 worst teams. It was like 4 or 5 East teams, so it's like in the top 7. But you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. NBA Cup. My initial reaction to the NBA Cup until now, I think the NBA Cup kind of sucks in group play, but once you get to the quarterfinals and semifinals, it's good. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that because I think that's a realization I just came to.
I kind of agree with that. Like, I think, and there's ways to do this, but the NBA can work on making, I guess, the group play either more exciting or standardize it more, or do away with group play and like make it a full-on one and done the whole way out, or like make it by division. One of those two things I feel like needs to change rather than what the group play is right now, because it's hard to follow. Nobody necessarily cares. And while it feels like a little different than a regular season game, it doesn't feel like all that until, like you said, the quarterfinals and semifinals. Then it kind of feels like, oh, this is a little different than, a regular season game.
Because I'm trying to think about the group play. I like the idea of group play, but I just don't like the idea of group play on Tuesdays and Fridays. Either make it a one and done tournament, like you said earlier, or make the group play continuous. Don't make
that's what I meant too. Yeah,
only on Tuesdays and Fridays. Make it to be like until group play is over with.
Mm-hmm. Why are we breaking all this up? And like you said, random Tuesdays and Thursdays. I agree with that. That was another thing we talked about that I think really makes a lot more sense than what they're doing right now. Dedicate a month or two to the NBA Cup solely, so people know it's Cup time. All we doing is Cup time, and it makes more sense. Like, rather than just random Tuesday, it's time for Cup, and then like Tuesday and Thursday to me doesn't make the most sense, and I don't like it as much as rather than like you said, having a dedicated period.
Because like I remember we talked about this earlier in another episode, but we was like, what the hell was I going with that? But it was just kind of basically like, just make it all continuous. There's no point in putting no gap between the cup. If we doing the cup, we doing the cup until making it like 3 weeks of just regular season and then usher into the cup. Like you don't want to just start off with the cup, usher into the cup. Like just do your 3 seasons of just regular season basketball. But then after that 3 weeks is up, we're doing the cup until the cup is over. It's going to be group play, and then it's going to be the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the final. There's not going to be no regular games until the cup is over with.
Why? Yes, that only helps make the regular season more interesting and mean more throughout the season. I also think they should find a way to tie the winning the cup into, winning the championship, whether that be getting, I don't know if I want to say automatic 8th seed or something like that, but like, I want it to mean something. Maybe like if you end up in the finals, you have home court automatically, something like that.
I mean, I think over time it'll just become to mean something. Okay. Like once a team wins the cup and then wins the chip, it's just gonna automatically mean something. Like when young teams win a cup and then they all of a sudden end up in the conference finals, it's gonna mean something in terms of the young teams in development. Like we've seen it with the Pacers, even though they took a step back like a motherfucker. But like if the Pacers, they had got to the cup final and then they ended up making a run to the Eastern Conference final. It's just learning to play winning basketball with stakes. It's always something to it. I don't think you have to give no extra reward for the cup. I don't think so, not no more. Because people you just don't compete. It's hard to win. When you're a competitor, it's gonna be hard not to compete when it's something on the line.
Yeah.
like it's a shiny trophy too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not
They
the
hang
chip,
banners for the
but
cup. They hang banners for the cup.
we make fun of it, but like over time, it's just gonna be because we know NBA basketball without the cup. But
Yeah.
you know, when teams win the Maui Invitational, you gotta be a damn good team to win the Maui Invitational. And that shit
Yeah.
means something.
Yeah.
But you know. So quarterfinals, semifinals, you got some surprises. Like what's been going on with this cup up to now?
Let me see. Like one OKC has looked dominant, almost dominant throughout the entirety of the cup. When they played the Mavericks looked like they kind of almost came out very flat. Luka did not have the best game. It seemed like Dort was getting under his skin, and SGA. This may be a debate in the future, Luka or SGA. Is this now a debate? And we can maybe look into this later. But SGA has got the better of that matchup, and he's clearly gotten been the most dominant figure in this cup. Maybe him or Giannis. And then
do you think SGA is better than Luka?
I think it's an argument. I think it's an argument, whereas before I would have never said that. I definitely think it's an argument now. Do I? No. Me personally, no. I think Luka's better, but I think people could argue if they wanted to now.
I think Luka is a better passer. Luka is a better shooter. He's a more dominant scorer. I think he's a better closer. But I think SGA just less of a headache.
I think SGA is almost
and he's
more
a better
consistent.
defender.
Yeah, he's a better defender, and you can almost say he's more consistent.
I only say Luka just ain't being consistent this year, but over the course of his career, going all the way back to when he was a damn kid, he's been consistent.
Yeah.
I just think this has just been a weird year for him. I think he's rounding into form. But I just think SGA right now is just I think he's less of a headache. I'd rather deal with SGA. I trust SGA more in terms of just maturity and then the defense. So right now, I can say SGA better than Luka right now. But if I needed a last second shot, I'm still taking Luka. And when you get to these playoff games, I think that kind of matters the most when things are pretty much even.
I really hope they match up again.
But this is kind of this is the thing right now. So, who has been more dominant to you, Giannis or SGA? Because you was
I was about to say SGA is more dominant, but I don't think Giannis is gonna appreciate me saying that the way he's been looking. He took over that game in the Haas defensively. He took over the game defensively.
You think SGA has been more dominant than Giannis? Let me see if I can just.
I'm saying there's an argument, but I don't think Giannis is gonna be appreciating me saying that. So I might take that back because Giannis has. It looks like this man's on a mission for this cup. Like he's on a mission for this cup, and he ain't letting nobody stop him from getting it. The biggest surprise of the cup was the young Magic team, going toe to toe with the Bucks without their stars, and Jalen Suggs, putting 30 on his back, going off in that fourth quarter against the Bucks, but ultimately not being able to pull through. That's the biggest surprise of anything.
I don't know if we talked about this because I did want to talk about the Magic and that being a surprise because it was. Mm-hmm. Do you think the Magic will take over as the new culture team in the NBA? Because it seems no matter who they put out there, it's like they're always gonna be competitive. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. They got a great coach. It starts with having a great coach and great culture setter. And Jamal Mosley is a coach of the year candidate for sure this year. Chris was a 1 year ahead last year because he definitely is a candidate this year. And he has those guys playing hard. Defensively, they know their job, they know their role, and that's what they hang their hats on. And the offense will come. Anthony Black will only continue to get better, more aggressive as a scorer in this league. Jet Howard will only continue to get better and more of a scorer in this league. And Jalen Suggs, if they can get Jalen Suggs to be a consistent offense on the offensive end as a third option, getting these reps as a first option right now while their two stars are out, that only helps. and that only makes them better. So
Yeah.
I love what I'm seeing from them. They'll only continue to develop and get better.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said about the Magic. I love that team. Everybody's tough. The coach, like you said, is great. I think this could be the new culture team in the NBA to where it's like it don't matter who we have, who we don't have, you gonna have to come and earn this win, regardless. And I think that's a great sign for a team. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if both guys come back and they make a conference finals. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I damn near just gotta see it, but right now I think they the second best team in the East. I think they almost beat Cleveland when they sucked. They was not nowhere near as good of a team they are now, and they almost beat Cleveland. So I think they're better than Cleveland. I know they better than the Knicks. They're better than Hawks. They better than the Bucks. They literally no Franz, no Paolo. Win to go home game. They damn near beat the Bucks. Perfect. They got perfect wings and bigs to guard Giannis. I think the Magic probably are the biggest surprise from the NBA Cup. Yeah. Um. You don't think the Hawks was a big surprise? Was you surprised when the Hawks beat the Knicks?
I'll be honest, no, I was not. Now, the way the game started and the way the game finished, a little bit, because the Knicks seemed like they had it under control. And of course, Trae Young got a little bit more aggressive. And was able to find his guys, find his shot as well, and he took over. And so, while the Hawks were impressive and they did impress me beating the Knicks, I also feel like the Hawks have a good they're a good 5-6 solid players deep, and they're only missing like a couple guys before they're a real deal team. But they have a good solid core over there as well. They have surrounded Trae Young with filthy defenders, just filthy defenders. And then he can be that guy who can get buckets. So I love that team. I think they only continue to get better. And he owns the Knicks. He owns the Knicks. He just loves playing at Madison Square Garden. So
What's been the best game to you so far? I low-key think that Knicks Hawks game, for me personally.
I'd have to agree that Knicks Hawks game was probably the best one. It was fun to watch and see how it progressed out. And then of course the showmanship was pretty cool too.
But this is my beef. This is my only beef with the Hawks. And we're finna get into this. Look at this shit, bro. Jalen Johnson, 6 for 15. DeAndre Hunter, 5 for 16. Man, if only one of them dudes would have showed up offensively, they would have won that game. Because he played amazing. Is it safe to say Trae back? Is Trae back?
Well, you said this is what he needed.
7?
You said this is what he needed to get back and remind people I'm a star in this league. And it seems like that's what he's done. It looked like he back.
35. Then what I say he had 35, 10, and 7 versus Giannis's 32, 14, and 9. Yeah, this was easily the best game. I think Damian Lillard hit some big shots, even though he was struggling. Dyson Daniels was clamping him, but he still found a way to hit some big shots. I thought Brook Lopez did play well. I think the Bucks got action. I think they're the third best team. I think the Bucks is better than Cleveland.
They've turned their season around for sure.
Yeah, I like what I've seen from the Bucks. Do you think the Knicks losing to the Hawks was a big deal? And were you did I ask you if you were surprised?
You asked me if I was surprised. I didn't say I wasn't the necessarily most surprised because
I meant to move on to the Thunder Rockets.
Yeah,
Thunder Rockets.
Yeah,
Thunder Rockets. That's what I meant to move on because we just talked about the Knicks. Bro, what's up with the Rockets, bro? Just how are you feeling from watching the Rockets in the Cup? Just the Rockets.
See, my point is, what happened here was Hartenstein was a big key factor in this game, and he really put the clamps on Sengun. And also, Jalen Green just ain't that guy. And that's something they need. That's something they need. Jalen Green's not that guy, and you can't rely on Fred VanVleet because he ain't that guy. He's not all-star Fred VanVleet or whatever. Like, that's not who we rely on our hat on to get buckets outside of Sengun. Like, if Jalen Green was who he was supposed to be, they would have won this game.
I don't think it's ever since his second year I was out on him. It's just
Right.
like I think a lot of the stuff with Jalen Green is I done heard a lot. I heard Charles Barkley even said he said, bro, the Rockets don't know how to play basketball. And I think Jalen
Yeah.
Green is just one of the head men in that. Like he don't know what's a good shot. He don't know what's a bad shot. I think one of the most underrated things when it comes to basketball is feel. Like talent is cool, but if you don't have feel, you will never get to where you're trying to go.
Mhm.
And then another thing is if you just go be buckets, like Zach LaVine. I was talking about Zach LaVine all the time. Jalen Green was supposed to be that type of player. Zach LaVine is buckets. The thing about Jalen Green, you can't even just be buckets because you're not efficient. Like you're not efficient and you don't bring nothing else to the table. It's like, bro, they got to send him to purgatory or somewhere. I don't even know who would take him on. Like I don't know who wants Jalen Green. I don't know who believes he can't do it. He can't score efficiently. And then he does nothing else. And I do agree with you. They need that scorer, and the NBA Cup has shown that. What about the Warriors losing to the Rockets? What that say?
Warriors fans are gonna say they were robbed, and in a way they kind of were. That was a bad foul call in my opinion. On Jalen Green, but shout out Jalen Green for hitting them free throws. That's about the only thing he did towards the end of that game.
Facts. Terrible call, but yeah, facts.
I just think the Warriors almost shows that the Warriors don't have the talent they used to have, and they're not matching up as far as talent wise goes with some of the other teams that are in the West. And Curry can only get you so far, do so much. With the Rockets, they play a staunch, gritty style of defense. They're all in your face, energetic, constantly 48 minutes throughout the game. You know, Curry can only do so much. Curry is only one man. When you have Draymond Green, you know, he's going through, am I coming off the bench? Am I starting? He did good on Şengün for the most part, but
were you surprised they lost?
I was surprised they lost. I was surprised though. I don't remember who I picked now. I don't know if I picked I can't remember who I picked, the Rockets or Warriors. I was surprised watching the game that the final outcome ended up being the Warriors' loss. I think there was opportunities for Curry to put the game away, and it didn't happen. I also think they let the Rockets hang around too much.
I think Stephen Curry, he done escaped all blame because he won early. But Stephen Curry is one of the worst superstars when it comes to like last second shots or go ahead baskets. Like he can put a game away early, but he don't put games away late. That's just not Steph Curry's never been that type of guy.
I think he took the shot way too early as well. Like he didn't have to take the shot right then and there. Because it gave time for rebound, them to get the ball, and then look what happened. So
I'm not just supremely mad at that game because I think Wiggins is a big deal, and Wiggins didn't play. We seen what Wiggins was doing against the Mavericks. Wiggins is a key piece. Like Wiggins is a 20-point per game scorer in the NBA. Like that's you know, you just, and he's one of I think he's a best big wing defender. So them missing Wiggins was a big thing. I'm more surprised. I'm not saying surprised, but the Rockets Thunder game, I think that was a big tell sign where you seen the gap between stars. That second half was SGA and J-Dub is better than everybody.
Yes. And that's why I said if the Rockets make the playoffs, I don't think they make it. They may make it, not even make it out the first round.
Do you think the Rockets go in the season as a top 4 seed?
I don't even know.
Stay a top 4 seed?
I don't even know about that. I think they may end up 5 or 6. They very well could, because they could be just, you know, a regular season team, and there's a lot of guys, not a lot of teams in the West not healthy, so that could be a bit of factor for them. I don't see them slipping past like 5 or 6.
I low-key do. I wouldn't be surprised. I ain't gonna say I'll see it happen, but I wouldn't be surprised. They can't score the basketball, bro. Thunder. I want to talk about the Thunder, and then we can get into the preview of the final. And then But I'm gonna say this: Thunder. The thing I got from the Thunder from the Cup, they getting timely. People stepping up in a timely manner. Like Hartenstein and Lou Dort both stepped up against the Rockets and was the third and fourth guy. But I'm still worried about them not having a backup big, and I'm worried about them not having a legit third guy behind SGA and J Dub because they don't have a third guy that can get his own damn shot at all. There's no other playmaker, shot creator outside of Shea and J Dub. How do you feel about the Thunder in this cup?
So you can almost you can feel how much they miss Chet by not having that third guy who can get their own shot. Aaron Wiggins, you would think he could be a guy who could do that. Maybe they need to allow him the opportunity to do more of that. But when you have just great guys who are defenders and three-point shooters in Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, Caruso, who hasn't necessarily been shooting the best, but he can defend pretty well. They do need somebody else to be able to step up and be that, third scorer, come along with Chet and J-Dub. And in a way that could be Hartenstein, depending on how aggressive he is or how they're playing through him.
Hartenstein is a third guy. Like I like Hartenstein as like a passer, lob threat, that type of thing. But I'm talking about I'm low key now that we talking about. I'm disappointed in Casey Wallace. Why Casey Wallace isn't jumping as a scorer, shooter, ball handler, playmaker? Because Casey Wallace could score. He was scoring.
He can score,
he was scoring at Richardson.
Yeah, he can score, and that's his thing. Like, I feel like he may be in his head, or he may be limiting himself as far as what he feel like he needs to do for this team. He may be confining himself to just a role guy, because on defense he strap up.
No, facts. The defense isn't in question, but look at this. This is disgusting. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 42 from the field, 30 from three. What was he doing last year? That's why I'm so disappointed in him. Last year, he was 7 points a game, pretty much the same stats, but he was shooting 50 from the field, 42 from three. Like, I think he needed to step up, and I'm low key disappointed in him.
I get that. I get your disappointment in that, but
because like Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, them dudes ain't creating for themselves. They catch and shoot guys or catch and drive guys. I really thought Casey Wallace could have some juice to him. Casey Wallace had some juice. He was legit like a Drew Holiday type of guy. Like I can pretty much do everything as this guard type of guy, but I'm going to defer. He's like a Derek White, Drew Holiday type of guy. You should give me 15, 14, 16 points.
Yeah. And that's maybe so. Yeah, they're definitely an area he can improve on. That only helps this team, be better. He should be able to step up and they should demand, hey, we got guys out, and now it's your time to step up and be that third guy for us as far as scoring wise. It shouldn't be Hartenstein trying to fill that need.
Okay, real quick, because we just go preview this game and then we're done for the night. We have Bucks versus Thunder. You have this star-studded, bro. I think this is a duo battle. And it's safe to say that J-Dub is officially a duo with Shea, and that Chet is a third option, but it's not a big. It's a big three. I'm trying to cap. But okay, preview the game. Thunder versus Bucks.
Yeah.
What you was just
about to say? Hey, don't let Chet fool you. Now he out right now, but when he come back, he gonna show you what's up.
Yeah, they got to be three. I apologize to Chet. They need his ass for sure.
Yeah.
And they need him more offensively, you would think, than defensively.
We haven't even seen him with Hartenstein yet.
It's gonna make me crazy. But Thunder versus Bucks. I just kind of want to get your initial thoughts, who you got, and keys to victory.
I think this is the year. So initially, I did say that Giannis is going to get it. I said before I was homing for the Mavericks, I said Giannis would probably is gonna make this run and get in the carry the Bucks to a cup victory. SGA, he's been playing great for the Thunder. He's been carrying them. He's been doing everything, and then pairing him with J-Dub. I love their defense. They have a historic defensive team. They're missing Chet. I think Giannis will not be denied. I think Giannis is someone they do not have an answer for. And when push comes to shove and games like this matters, Giannis is a freak, and he cares about this stuff. He cares about, in moments and in games that this is technically an exhibition game, but he cares about it. He will care about it, and he will want to win it.
So you got the Bucks?
I got the Bucks. I think they have no answer for Giannis. I think while they will, in the back, I think they will have answers for Damian Lillard, and he may have a slow game like what's been going on before. Giannis will carry them, keep them afloat, and then eventually Dame will figure it out and hit a big shot or something like that. I got the Bucks.
You suck. That's exactly what I got. I literally thinking along the exact same lines. My thing is
on SGA.
I don't think SGA. I think it's a gap. I think it's Jokic, then it's Giannis, then it's a gap between Luka and SGA. I think it's clearly Jokic and Giannis is the best players in the league, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this: Isaiah Hartenstein can't do it all by himself, bro. Mm-hmm. And they back up big is who? Kendrick Williams. That is going to be food.
Dylan Jones.
Food, because you got to guard Giannis, then you got Brook Lopez, and then you got Bobby Portis. I know Brook Lopez be on the perimeter, but like he's gonna shoot over them little guys, I guess. But my thing is, SGA and J-Dub both have to probably go for 30, or Casey Wallace is going to have to be that second guy. He's going to have to literally try to kill Dame when he's in the game. My thing is, whoever they put on Dame, whoever Dame is guarding, has to get 20 points because they're not gonna put him on J-Dub. They're not gonna put him on Shea. So if they try to hide Dame on Casey Wallace has to try to go for 20. That's the Thunder only chance. If not, I think Giannis is damn near going for a 40-point triple-double. There's nobody. I think Giannis and Bobby Portis are gonna have big games. There's just nobody on the inside. They finna get offensive rebounds out the ass, and they finna just score in the paint a lot. Like Isaiah Hartenstein go probably get in foul trouble. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think J-Dub and SGA can do their thing. I think they have good matchups. But there's nothing for Giannis, and he's gonna be the most dominant player on the court. And then his backup is gonna come in and eat.
Yeah. I just don't see it.
Okay, so he only has one bid. So we both picked the Bucks. I wouldn't be surprised if the Thunder win it, but I just don't. I think they just too damn small, bro. They're just too damn small.
Nah, I feel you on that, man. And it's I mean, I wish I could disagree. I thought he was going SGA, honestly, because I know he was one of your favorite players at a point. But to me, I don't think Giannis will be denied in this sense, and I think while it would be nice to see the Thunder have a magical run like this, I don't know if it can happen.
The thing is, the Thunder been cutting people's water off. They not cutting Giannis water off. It's not no guard. It's not no guard oriented team, and to the point where it's like my best player not a guard, my second best player is a guard. But like you said, he's gonna find ways to be effective eventually. Like if Dyson Daniels could held Dame to 25, like I got held to 25. Let that sink in. I mean, if Dyson Daniels can hold him to 25, Thunder probably holding to 24, 23 at the least.
Yeah.
So Giannis go for 40, Dame go for 23. I think Bobby Portis gonna be. I wanted to try to make it. It's just not a good matchup, bro. They would have had Chet. They would have had extra.
Ooh, if it had Chet, I'd be leaning a different way. But I think Chet's X factor. I think he's real important for that Thunder team, and he's not there. So
we both got Bucks. Thanks. But yeah, nah, just keeping it real. I would have just zagged, but I don't want to be wrong. I don't think the Thunder.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to get up here and be wrong, but next thing we're gonna zig and zag on, and I'll be right regardless. Next thing we zig and zag on, I'll definitely be right. So
yeah, we got natural disagree or naturally agree. But we can wrap this up, man.
yeah,
this is another great episode. I'm D Noseball. That is Chris. We are gone.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.